Alright, so the first plan is, I can't think of it, I don't really care. Let me think, I'll edit it out. Shit. Alright, the first plan is random selection, so it's just all names in a hat, and yeah.
To get a spot?
Yeah, there's only half the spots available for parking.
Okay, positives is that it's fair and there's no discrimination towards, like, teachers or, like, seniors, I guess. And negatives would be, people would obviously be unhappy if they don't get picked.
Or the second one is democracy, so it's just a committee and then they're voted on through the committees and then they choose who gets what spots.
Okay, another positive of that, I would say it's also fair. I think we can agree democracy is fair, but if the negative of that is also pretty similar to the randomness, where people would be unhappy if they're not picked, even though it's out of their control.
And the third one is a faculty-based. It's like they're prioritized, so they are guaranteed spots.
Okay. The positive of that is okay. Negative is that students are going to be unhappy because if they don't get spots, then the students are going to say it's biased. But then the positive, I guess, is that the teachers are there to do their job. So if they get the spots, then I don't know. I guess they're older.
And they gotta teach.
Yeah, they have to do their job.
And I guess my idea was like something like, you know, every other week or every other day or whatever. I don't know exactly. And every other day or every other week, you like some people have to ride the bus and some people have to just carpool or whatever. But then it just keeps switching. So what would you do? What would be your?
I would do a mix of random and seniority. So if you're a senior, you get like two entries into the lottery, and if you're a junior, you get one. So there's some priority for that.
Alright, so the first plan is random selection, so like names out of a hat. Doesn't matter if it's kids, faculty, whatever, just anybody.
Well, one negative, I guess, of that would be is that seniors, I think, should get the choice over the juniors. You know what I mean? And when it's randomization, it doesn't give equal opportunity to people that deserve it the most. But you know, I guess overall, you know, if you count everybody equal, randomization is a good solution. There's one positive, but you know, I think the negatives just outweigh.
Alright, the second one is a democracy. So they vote for a parking committee, and then those people, they choose how they want to assign the spots.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea.
That's the second one. That's not my idea.
Oh, okay, so after
There's 3 ones, and then my idea is last.
I just feel like all the popular kids, you know, I mean, are just gonna get chosen, Joey. I don't know what to tell you. But I guess, you know, overall, you know, if you had to pick, you know, which ones get the seat, that might be a solution, you know. I mean, I guess, yeah, there's one positive.
All right, bye, guys.
And the third one, and the third one is, faculty prioritized, so like they are guaranteed a spot.
Well, I mean, if you get paid at the institution, I think that's, you should get precedent over everybody else. Also, at the same point, I think that it really discriminates against students, you know, which is just a terrible thing coming, you know, from the opposite student to represent, you know, my people, you know, yeah. What's your idea, Joey? Here you go.
It's sort of like the cohort type of thing. So like it switches on and off. Like some days you'll have to ride the bus or find a carpool, or some days you just have free reign to the car.
Okay.
What would be your idea, John?
You know, I think frankly that's a great idea. Maybe just, you know, cohort alphabetical, like you said. I think that's a great idea. Another idea, just maybe park on the on Newman Stadium field. You know what I mean? I think that's also a good one. Just park on the field. That might work.
That's a great idea.
Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it.
Alright, so the first solution is random choice. So just names pulled out of a hat, doesn't prioritize anybody.
It's fair because it's random. I don't know. And then unfair because, like, if you are a senior, you don't get any precedence or whatever.
Alright, and then the second one is democracy. So people vote upon a committee and they just choose how they want to do it.
I mean, you get a choice in who gets picked, but like not directly, because the committee picks.
Yeah. All right. And then the third one is faculty prioritization. So faculty members are guaranteed a spot. Other than that, it's just free for all.
I mean, the people that actually have to work there, I guess, get a spot. It's like a benefit of their job. But then, I don't know, students usually get to park. Now they don't.
All right. My solution would be like something like every other day or every other week. You have to like either ride the bus and then also like have ability to park.
So you like take turns?
Yeah, taking turns. And then what would be your idea?
My solution?
Yeah.
How is the renovation for a year?
Yeah, it's for next year.
Then
And we're gonna be there hypothetically.
just alternate, because you can't do like seniors get the spots, because then you can't really do that, because then like juniors don't get to park for a year. I don't know. And then the seniors would get to park 2 years. So I feel like just alternate or like a lottery, or first come first serve, something like that. Like you have to sign up.
All right. The first solution is random selection. So just names out of a hat. Doesn't matter.
So my thoughts on that?
Yeah, positive and negative.
Okay, so I think the positive to that would be there's no favoritism. Everyone has a fair chance at, being selected for the parking spot, but I think the negative is that a lot of people are going to be angry and be upset. I guess rightfully so if they aren't chosen.
And the next one's democracy. So there's just a committee that are voted upon, and then they choose whoever they want it to be.
Well, I think the negatives of that would be that I'd say that's pretty like biased, right? That just people get to choose who gets to get in and who
Popularity.
doesn't. Yeah, that's like I feel like that's a pretty unfair way of doing it. I guess the pros for that would be if you're a nice person, you have a higher chance of getting a parking spot. I don't really know.
Yeah. And the third one is a faculty prioritization based thing. So like just faculty are guaranteed a spot, and then all the students are just first come first serve.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think faculty should get spots no matter what, and then first come first serve for students. I get that makes sense. So I think pros for that is that teachers get spots, and that again, it's like everyone has a fair chance of getting a spot because it's first come first serve. And then cons would be similar to the first one. People are going to get mad no matter what. But yeah, I guess that's their fault if they just didn't get there soon enough.
Alright, my idea was like rotate it. So like some days you have to like ride the bus, and some days, because obviously there still is a bus system, and some days you are allowed to go park and do what you want.
I think that's a pretty smart way of doing it. Do I have to give pros and cons for that?
No, you can just do your own thing. What would you do?
I'd agree with that. That's probably one of the better approaches. I think that, or just it's randomized. But I think switching is probably definitely the best approach, because everyone at some point gets to be able to park and have that luxury.
Alright, so the first thing is just randomized, so not prioritized for anybody, just random names out of a hat. What's pros and cons?
Okay, well, pros and cons. Well, the pros are it's equal for everyone. I mean, the cons are like, if you're a teacher and you've been working there for like 20 years, like there's no seniority. Like some random junior who's like been driving for 2 weeks could get a spot, but you wouldn't. How would the teacher get to work? Have to carpool with a husband or something, or a wife or a spouse. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And then democracy is the second one, so there's a committee that's voted upon, and they choose however they want to.
Well, the pros are if it's like a valid committee, then they're trustworthy in their decisions. They should their decisions are probably going to be rightful.
Are they then?
Maybe there's a good chance. Cons are communism.
Alright, and the third one is teacher priority and faculty, so they are guaranteed a spot, and everybody else just random.
Well, the pros are, it rewards seniority. Teachers have been working there for a long time. They get to have parking spots.
I guess the cons are obviously, there are more people going to be taking the bus, more students, buses will be more crowded.
All right, and then my idea was just to switch days, like A day, B day, just whether you have to ride the bus or carpool, and as opposed to just getting to drive. And what would you do?
Well, if it's like being cut in half, I mean, you could kind of do the same thing with cohorts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cohorts kind of cut people in half already. Do something like that, I guess. Is that it?